Hey everyone, so on Twitter the other day, I asked the Halo community, what is your unpopular Halo opinion? And I got some really interesting replies, some very questionable replies. I think we had over 1,000 unique responses. I got some replies from an X343 dev, and I thought it would make for a fun video. So Caleb, who worked on Halo Infinite, said it is impossible to make a classic feeling Halo campaign with an open world or player controlled advanced movement mechanics / anything else that allows the player to neglect pacing, sandbox and level design. By advanced movement mechanics, he specifically means the Halo Infinite grapple hook. The grapple hook is widely considered one of the best things 343 added to Halo Infinite. I think it's a fantastic addition to the multiplayer. But he's not the first Halo dev I have seen that talks about the grapple hook breaking the key pacing and level design of Halo Infinite. There was a couple Bungie devs who actually said the exact same thing. But what really stood out to me was the sentence, "It is impossible to make a classic feeling Halo campaign that is open world or has advanced movement mechanics." I do think a classic feeling Halo campaign is possible with the advanced movement mechanics they've added into the game. Open world not so much, but that wouldn't be so obvious if Halo Infinite's open world was fully fledged like we were all expecting it to be. It really seems like, at least for the campaign, so much of it got cut. The opening to the campaign seems finished, but then towards the end of the game, it just feels rushed, like it's missing Act 2 and Act 3. I would guarantee the game wouldn't have you beating Escharum, and then the very next mission, you beat the Harbinger. There must have been more in between, but to get it out the door, especially with the islands that never got used, there was probably so much more planned that had to get cut due to time constraints. Caleb actually added on some extra information, and he said, "I think a sequel should use the design of the base game as a starting point, then add on top of that. Throwing out big portions of a game for new stuff isn't ideal if it goes against what some enjoyed of the originals. Good sequels add more, they don't remove or replace." And at least with 343's games, from a story standpoint, Halo 4, Halo 5, and now Halo Infinite has felt very disjointed at times. Key gameplay mechanics change, key story elements change, not a direct sequel to what you would expect from the past game. The closest sequel that 343 has done is after Halo 3 following on and start of Halo 4. This leads me on to what Halo is today. And another interesting comment, which was actually quite popular, was that Halo currently isn't targeted for the fans that grew up with it, and instead is after a younger audience. And a lot of people feel this way. The whole broader audience narrative that maybe 5% of gamers play Halo and 95% is what is actually being targeted. From a business standpoint, I get it. But the only people playing the games currently are the die-hard Halo fans, so it seems pretty silly to alienate that. We also had Red vs Blue has more charm and personality than coatings and glowing outlines and everything. We have Halo 5 multiplayer is low-key one of the best advancement movement shooters of all time, and I agree with that. Halo 5 without the Halo branding and just a standalone arena game, really competitive and very enjoyable. And finally, the worst Halo game is still a top tier game, which I didn't think was an unpopular Halo opinion, but personally there's things I like about every Halo game. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. What I want to hear from you guys today is, what is your unpopular Halo opinion? I look forward to reading your replies. If you want to weigh in on whether the grapple hook is a good thing for Halo, then leave a comment about that too. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.